Mike Novograd said something very, very important. I was watching one of the clips from their show, and he was like, part of this tariff situation is on us, right? The negligence. Obviously, after World War II, countries were desolate. We're gonna give you favorable deals. Now, the problem that we inflicted on ourselves is that we never put terms on those deals.
Back to leadership.
You never put a 10-year, or when you get to this level of GDP, which he kind of explained, and it was like, well, who's in leadership that wouldn't do that? So now when you get a guy who's in office now and he's looking at 60 years of this, and he's like, nah, you know what? I don't think this is favorable. And like you said, he just takes this gunshot wound. It's like, yo, we're going to fix this all at once. Well, that's not how it's going to work, right? And even now, when we watch the market pull back Thursday and Friday, it was like everybody's waiting to see what Europe is going to do. If the European Union decides, hey, you know what? These tariffs aren't favorable for us, and if they stick together, which we'll see what happens, and they decide, hey, maybe we don't do business with you, and they do say, hey, China, listen, I know we had a trade partner over here, but those terms aren't favorable. We actually may have to use your market going forward. What does that do, right? They just, like, as we were coming on, that was sort of the 25% tariff thing was floating around from the European Union. The administration was like, look, they went right to the places they know it were hurt. They said, look, if y'all do that, if y'all retaliate with 25% tariff, European Union, we're putting 200% tariff on wine and spirits. So who do you think the first two are going to bow out in the European Union? France and Italy. They're like, yo, wait, hold on. I'm not sure if we can do this if they put a 200% tariff on something that actually leads our economy. And we talked about those spirits. I ain't even going to bring the spirits companies that come from there, but think about that, what that does to their economy. So he's playing this game a little differently than anybody we've ever seen, right? Like, he's willing to like go to levels that there isn't one economist that would say like this makes sense, right? I'm starting to think like even inside of his cabinet or his trustees, they're looking at this like, I know this is wrong, but they're just gonna ride to the devil.
He's the Mad King.
Exactly.
He's out of his mind. He's delusional.
He's turning to the
y'all better not wear that MAGA shit around me. It's up. If I see anybody wearing MAGA, only red hats I'm wearing is locks. If I see you wear this MAGA in the gym, in the gas station, is up.
Smacking you.
So the
45 through the 40
site is up.
45/47.
Kanye, anybody wear that MAGA shit around me?
Academics. Hey, my boy.
I'm tired of this.
And outside of the government, U.S. government, who owns the majority of our debt? China. This is the whole Drake versus Kendrick scenario, 20v1 all over again. Remember, I was screaming at bricks. It'll never happen. America's the greatest army. What if they beat us at another war?
Right, but what's the goal though? Right, like if it's to like decrease debt, right? We $1 trillion, 37 trillion in debt. What is the amount that this tariffs is going to bring in, right? Because like if you understand how tariffs work, it's really going to affect the people, the consumers first, and then it'll affect the businesses, right? So when Apple decides that the iPhone is $3,000 going forward, and the consumer's like, we're not paying that, well, their revenue is going to go down.
Tim Cook going to retire. We don't even need to see He's going to step down. It's
going to affect the people first, and that's everybody that's watching this, including us, right? That affects us. We're not immune to it.
You know how bad the economy has to be for the World Economic Forum founder to step down? Take our opinion out of it. Go look at the people who run it. They started to say, you know what? Let me go enjoy the fruits of my labor in the midst of all this BS. And are we Drake in this scenario? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This is a 20v1. They're going to fight a different battle, and we don't have a way out of it. Yeah. So, stocks will go up, but the economy is going to be, in 5 years, the cost of homes have went up 400% to 700% in most major cities. Mm-hmm. You think that's sustainable?
Right. And them jobs ain't coming back.
They're gone.
They're not coming back. Apple's not coming back to build factories.
No.
So
they're not building a factory in Chicago.
It would cost them less just to pay the tariffs than to build the factories. Why would they build factories? Just pay the tariff. It doesn't make any sense.
And we don't do everything well. That's like common sense. Like I'm good at social media, at marketing. Troy's good at technology. Like if you force him to do everything that I do, he's going to be able to do it because he has no choice, but it's not going to be optimal. If I'm forced to do everything that he does, it's not. So like, they make better cars in Germany. That's just a fact.
Hands down.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just some things are better in certain parts of the world. We're not like the idea that we could do everything in America is just that doesn't even make any sense. It's stupid. And like you said, it's outdated. Bring factory jobs. Factory jobs not coming back to Flint, Michigan, or Springfield, Ohio, or wherever.
Springfield.
It's not happening. Like, it's not like we factory. This isn't 1920 banging against a machine. We're talking about technology. They teaching kids in China at 6 years old how to use artificial intelligence. New York City's banned ChatGPT. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Like, we're going into a new age, and you talking about factory jobs and manufacturing.
Yeah. Now, does it make sense that we should have some jobs here and we should lower our import export ratio? Yeah, but that's going to take time. That doesn't happen at once. You don't say let's charge tariffs on everybody and like this is the reason because we need to have him back. That's going to take. He won't even be alive when it happens, right?
Nope.
That'll take at least 10 to 15 years to get some of these factories back. And people are like, oh, this is very discouraging. No, with new industry comes new opportunity, comes new innovation, right? We just got to be educated enough to know where the innovation is, right? Where the invention is going to happen and be part of it. That's all we've been saying. It's like, yo, we got to make sure that we're part of the process.
Yannick, the part about this being live is we can retort. So if I can put Ferrari, BMW, and Mercedes in one investing group and GM, Ford, and whoever owns Buick, which class of car are you investing in long-term in the market? It's not about Rashad hating American products. The American exceptionalism died when they started selling it off to China 25 fucking years ago. It's almost like he was paid to make this shit happen. Put your grandmas to bed. Don't talk to me about no couth and decorum and knock. I hear that. But y'all don't go say this at y'all jobs where they're doing this shit either. Y'all won't go say that to y'all boss who voted for him and helped put him in office.
And you talking about you love American products. Everything you own is from China. Your laptop is from China. Your computer is from China. Your car, the parts don't come from America.
At all.
No American car company that makes cars in America has 100% of their products made in America. What are we talking about? Like, we just like y'all just go for this bullshit that they tell you. It's like, at what point do you start to actually have a brain? No, it's not coming back to America. These jobs are not coming back to America. It's over with. Nobody wants to have a Buick over a BMW or Mercedes. Nobody.
Think about this. Intel died, and we had to pay Taiwan Semiconductor to come save Intel.
Fact.
What are we talking about?
That wasn't even news. That's the crazy part. I said, like, we talked about it like internally, but that didn't even make a headline.
Not a blip. It was more news about 11 maybe coming to New York. Shout out to Mayor Adams.